Today we are having still one of our hatchery process, which is commencing this very early morning. Here we are still in Kumasi in Ghana, precisely Akwa. That is where we are running this hatchery process. We have done one before, and after a week we are trying to run another successful hatchery so that we can have more fires at our disposal. So presently I will be talking about some factors which I will be pinpointing on the sperm process today as a tool or as a factor for a successful hatchery process. There are a lot of factors available that you as a farmer need to be successful on hatchery. We have from water parameters, we have from your egg identification, broodstock isolation, we have from medications, we have from sterilization, we have a lot of factors that we need to pay attention to. The water, the temperature, the parameters. We have a lot of factors to check in order for us to make sure that we have a successful hatchery. But basically today I will be talking just about two factors, and the two factors I'll be talking about today, just one factor, sorry, and the one factor I'll be talking about today is your mint. That means your sperm identification, your sperm prevention, and your sperm application and sterilization. So that is what I'll be talking about today. The first, if you have taken to good parameters all other factors that you need to be succeeded in catfish spawning or hatchery as we normally call it, one of the major factors is your sperm, your mint. How edible is your sperm? How nutritional is your sperm? How fertile is your sperm is necessary in a successful hatchery arena. So today, as you see the sperm, we killed. That means the first hatchery we did, we extracted sperms from about 5 males, but we couldn't get a very good sperm. But the second hatchery we are doing today, we extracted just 2 male, and the sperm we got in one can conveniently hatch virtually 8 female fishes. So sometimes if you have the opportunity to have a very good broodstock that has a genuine and well to use mint, and you have injected female fishes, note, one mint alone can fertilize all your eggs that you have in that bowl that you want to use to do your hatchery. And again, another thing I can advise is that we don't need too much of eggs, too much of milk, too much of the cream in our fertilization period. We just need little. If you put more, you may endanger your incubating process by too much of milk, which automatically can reduce the ammonia of your water, and immediately it reduces the ammonia of your water, congestion setting, stress setting, and as this setting, the fishes are just too very small because they are coming out newly. They are just becoming fryers. They don't have the tenacity, they don't have the strength in order to carry on with any stress at this particular time, so they start dropping. But if you noticed that the sperm or the mint you put into these eggs are much, there are some things you can do before laying your eggs. One of the things you can do before laying your eggs is add more water into the sperm. Immediately you add more water into the sperm, sieve the water out. So this will take part of this mint. That means after the mint and your eggs have met and the fertilization process have done. The truth about fertilization process is that fertilization process is done in seconds, even not minutes. That's the truth. Because by the time you put the mint into the egg and you stir so that this can take all over the eggs. They can mix with the sperm. Fertilization have set in. So how do you know your fertilization have set in? You can know your fertilization have set in with number one. If you started noticing some white eggs in your bowl, that tells you your fertilization has set in. That means some of the unhatched egg will be showing immediately. So it just takes seconds for the fertilization process. So the other process that remains, maybe after 24 hours, or maybe after 23 hours, or maybe after 22 hours, or maybe even after 72 hours, depending on the condition of your water temperature. So the process that remains is what we call the incubating period, not even the fertilization process anymore, because what the fertilization process have taken is seconds to fertilize, and the incubating period means preserving, isolating the eggs in a particular temperature for it to be incubated. That's the only thing that will now remains for the fishes to do well. So getting a very good mint to do your spawning process is one of the great criteria you need to pray for when you really want to embark in the hatchery process. So eggs identification, sperm identification is one of the most difficult parts in catfish hatchery. I said once again, egg fertilization is one of the most difficult tasks in egg fertilization, because one, you can easily identify your eggs, but it's very difficult for you as a farmer to identify the mint, if the mint is good or not. Only maybe when you use maybe I don't know the name of this thing you can use in order to see the inner part of the broodstocks, you can get it, number one. Or maybe if you are an expert enough to use your syringe and needle to take part of the mint out, that is where you can get it. But to me, is a risk. But the only thing you can use 100% to identify at least maybe the mint is okay or not is number one, the coloration of the testicles, which does not give you 100% guarantee. Yeah, it does not give you 100% guarantee. So, but knowing the kind of age these fishes are is very important. I told you, if you want to get a very good one, maybe from 10 months, depending how bigger the fishes are. Let me tell you something. The bigger your broodstocks are, the duration of the maturity takes place. If you have a smaller fishes, maybe fishes of 1 kilo, I bet you in 9 months, in 10 months, the mints are ready. But if you have a fish of 3, 4, 5 kilo, it may not ready in that month. So this happens to other broodstocks too as well, like the female broodstocks. The older, the bigger they are, the more longative the maturity becomes. So it's an advice. So thank you and God bless you.